Money Loves You, written and published by Rich Audiobooks. What if money wasn't something to chase, stress over, or struggle with? What if it actually wanted to come to you, but your beliefs were pushing it away? Most people are taught to fear money, feel guilty for wanting more, or believe they're not worthy of abundance. But the truth is, money responds to your energy, your self-worth, and your subconscious story about what's possible. In this guide, you'll learn how to reprogram your beliefs so money no longer feels like a distant dream, but a loyal, flowing part of your life. Because money doesn't hate you, money loves you. Just need to love it back. Lesson 1. Money is a relationship. Money isn't just a piece of paper or numbers on a screen. It's a living, breathing relationship that mirrors our deepest beliefs, fears, and aspirations. Like any significant relationship in our lives, our connection with money began forming in our earliest years, shaped by watching our parents, absorbing their stress or ease around finances, and interpreting the unspoken messages about wealth in our environment. Think about how you approach your closest relationships. You nurture them, communicate regularly, show appreciation, and work through conflicts when they arise. Yet with money, many of us have fallen into a pattern of avoidance, anxiety, or even hostility. We check our accounts with trepidation, wince at bills, or feel a sense of shame around our financial decisions. These behaviors signal a strained relationship that needs healing and attention. Just as every person has a unique attachment style in relationships based on their early experiences, we each develop distinct money attachment patterns. Some of us are anxiously attached to money, constantly worried it will disappear and no feeling secure no matter how much we have. Others are avoidantly attached, keeping money at arm's length and struggling to engage with it meaningfully. A few may have developed a disorganized attachment, swinging between extreme behaviors with spending and saving. The good news is that, like any relationship, our connection with money can be transformed through conscious awareness and new patterns of interaction. When we begin to view money as an ally rather than an adversary, we open ourselves to a more harmonious exchange of energy. Money wants to flow, to be appreciated, to multiply and return to those who understand its nature as a tool for creation and expansion. Consider what qualities make for a healthy relationship: trust, respect, clear boundaries, open communication, and mutual growth. These same elements create a thriving relationship with money. When we trust that money will be there for us, respect its power while maintaining healthy boundaries, communicate our intentions clearly, and allow both ourselves and our wealth to grow together, we establish a foundation for lasting financial well-being. Your current financial situation reflects the type of relationship you've cultivated with money thus far. If you've been distant or distrustful, money likely maintains its distance from you. If you've been controlling or fearful, money may feel restricted in its ability to flow freely in your life. But if you've developed a relationship of respect and appreciation, money tends to respond in kind, showing up reliably and growing steadily in your experience. Starting today, begin approaching money as you would a valued friend or partner. Notice how you speak about it, think about it, and treat it. Do you ignore its presence until you need something? Do you blame it for your problems? Do you appreciate it when it shows up in your life? Every interaction with money, from paying bills to receiving income, is an opportunity to nurture this vital relationship. As we progress through this book, you'll learn specific practices for healing and strengthening your money relationship. But the fundamental shift begins with this recognition. Money is not an inanimate object or a necessary evil. It's a dynamic force that responds to your energy, attention, and beliefs. By choosing to view money as a relationship worthy of your conscious engagement, you take the first step toward creating true financial partnership and prosperity. Lesson 2. The Lie of Lack. From our earliest moments, we're subtly programmed to believe there isn't enough. Not enough time, not enough resources, and especially not enough money. This pervasive lie of lack seeps into our consciousness through countless daily experiences, from hearing our parents worry about bills to watching news reports about economic uncertainty. We internalize these messages until scarcity becomes our default lens for viewing the world. But this deeply ingrained scarcity mindset is based on an illusion. Look closely at nature. It operates from a principle of abundance. Seeds don't worry about whether there will be enough sunlight or water. They simply grow, reaching toward what they need. Trees don't hoard their leaves or fruits. They freely release and renew in an endless cycle of giving and receiving. The universe itself continues expanding, creating new stars and galaxies in an infinite display of abundance. Society reinforces lack thinking because it serves certain power structures. When people believe resources are limited, they become easier to control through fear. They work harder for less, compete rather than collaborate, and focus on survival rather than thriving. This manufactured scarcity keeps many trapped in patterns of overwork and underpayment, always chasing but never quite reaching enough. The psychological impact of believing in lack creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. When we operate from scarcity, we make decisions from fear rather than possibility. We hold back from opportunities, hesitate to invest in ourselves, and unconsciously push away abundance when it appears. Our nervous systems become programmed for shortage, causing us to feel anxiety even when we have plenty. This constant state of perceived deficit drains our energy and creative potential. Yet abundance is our natural state. Consider how many breaths you've taken in your lifetime. Did you ever worry about running out of air? The same infinite supply that provides our oxygen provides everything else we need. Money is simply another form of energy, as limitless as the air we breathe. When we align with this truth, we begin to see evidence of abundance everywhere, in the countless grains of sand on a beach, in the billions of stars in the sky, in the endless possibilities available each moment. Shifting from scarcity to abundance thinking requires conscious reprogramming. Start by becoming aware of lack-based thoughts and language. Notice when you say things like, "I can't afford it," or "there's not enough." Question whether these statements are actually true or simply habitual responses. Practice reframing situations from a perspective of plenty. Instead of seeing limited options, ask, "What else is possible?" Your relationship with money transforms when you recognize abundance as reality and scarcity as illusion. Release the need to grasp and hoard. Trust that as you let money flow out, it can flow back in even greater measure. Like a river, wealth stagnates when blocked by fear and flourishes with movement. The universe operates through circulation, giving and receiving in constant motion. The lie of lack loses its power when exposed to the light of awareness. Your natural state is abundance, regardless of current circumstances or past conditioning. As you embrace this truth, watch how your external reality begins shifting to match your internal knowing. Money, like everything else in nature, exists in unlimited supply, available to all who align with its abundant essence. Begin today by catching yourself in scarcity thinking. When lack thoughts arise, gently remind yourself of nature's endless abundance. Notice evidence of plenty in your life, no matter how small. Feel gratitude for what you already have, knowing it's just the beginning of what's possible. The more you practice seeing through the lie of lack, the more clearly abundance reveals itself as your natural inheritance. Lesson 3. Your worth is not a number. The moment you open your banking app or check your investment portfolio, something subtle yet profound happens in your psyche. The numbers on the screen seem to whisper messages about your value as a person, your success in life, and your standing in society. This automatic association between financial figures and self-worth has become so deeply ingrained that we barely notice its constant influence on our self-perception. Think back to the last time you received a pay raise, or conversely, faced an unexpected expense that drained your savings. How did it affect your mood, your confidence, and your sense of security? For most people, financial fluctuations trigger immediate shifts in their emotional state and self-image. This reaction reveals how thoroughly we've internalized the false equation that our bank balance somehow reflects our inherent worth as human beings. This belief system didn't arise in a vacuum. From an early age, we're bombarded with messages that link financial success to personal value. Educational achievements are often measured by their potential return on investment. Career choices are evaluated primarily through the lens of earning potential. Social media constantly showcases lifestyle markers that suggest worth through material acquisition. These cultural narratives create a powerful conditioning that can take years to unravel. The truth is, your worth as a human being is immeasurable and unchangeable. It exists independent of any external metric, financial or otherwise. Consider the people you love most deeply. Would you value them any differently if their income doubled or halved? Would their bank balance affect the essence of who they are or what they mean to you? Of course not. Yet we rarely extend this same unconditional acceptance to ourselves. Breaking free from the money-worth connection requires a fundamental shift in perspective. Instead of viewing money as a measure of value, we can begin to see it simply as a tool for exchange and expression. Just as a hammer isn't a reflection of the carpenter's worth, your financial situation doesn't define your value as a person. Your creativity, compassion, wisdom, and capacity for growth, these qualities exist independently of your financial circumstances. This separation becomes particularly crucial during times of financial challenge. When we detach our sense of worth from our financial metrics, we maintain the emotional resilience and clear thinking needed to make sound financial decisions. Paradoxically, this emotional freedom often leads to better financial outcomes, as we're no longer operating from a place of desperation or unworthiness. Developing this healthy separation requires daily practice and conscious awareness. Notice when you're making assumptions about yourself or others based on financial status. Question the automatic thoughts that arise when you think about money. Pay attention to how you introduce yourself to others. Do you lead with your professional title or income-generating role? These awareness practices help illuminate the subtle ways we've linked money to worth. The journey of separating self-worth from net worth opens up new possibilities in your relationship with money. When you no longer need money to validate your value, you can engage with it more freely and creatively. You can take financial risks without risking your sense of self. You can experience financial setbacks without experiencing an identity crisis. Most importantly, you can begin to build wealth from a foundation of inherent worthiness rather than trying to prove your worth through financial achievement. Your worth was established long before you earned your first dollar, and it will remain constant regardless of your financial future. You are not your salary, your debt, your investment portfolio, or your credit score. These are simply tools and circumstances in your life's journey. Important, yes, but entirely separate from your fundamental value as a human being. Lesson 4. Heal the money wounds. Most of us carry deep emotional scars around money that we may not even realize exist. These money wounds shape our financial reality more powerful than any budget or investment strategy ever could. Like psychological trauma that affects our relationships with people, money trauma impacts our ability to create and maintain wealth in profound ways. These wounds often originate in childhood, where we absorb messages about money through our family's attitudes, behaviors, and circumstances. Perhaps you witnessed your parents fighting about finances, experienced periods of serious lack, or felt the sting of comparison when classmates had things you couldn't afford. Even seemingly positive experiences, like growing up wealthy but feeling guilty about it, can create complicated emotional patterns around money that follow us into adulthood. The inherited beliefs we carry about wealth run deep in our ancestral lineage. Your great-grandparents' experience of poverty during the Great Depression may still influence your relationship with money today through stories, attitudes, and beliefs passed down through generations. These inherited money wounds can manifest as a persistent fear of loss, difficulty holding on to money, or a deep-seated belief that wealth is somehow wrong or dangerous. Common money wounds include shame around wanting more, fear of being visible with wealth, unworthiness of abundance, guilt about having while others lack, and trauma around financial loss or instability. These wounds create unconscious patterns that sabotage our ability to receive and maintain wealth. We might overspend to prove our worth, undercharge for our services, or consistently make poor financial choices that keep us struggling. The healing process begins with compassionate awareness. Rather than judging ourselves for our money patterns, we must understand that these wounds were formed when we were doing our best to survive and make sense of our world. Just as we wouldn't blame a child for developing coping mechanisms in a difficult situation, we can extend that same grace to our past selves. Financial healing requires feeling and processing emotions we may have suppressed for years: anger at past circumstances, grief for lost opportunities, shame around debt or financial mistakes. All these emotions need space to be acknowledged and released. This emotional clearing creates room for new, healthier patterns to emerge. Forgiveness plays a crucial role in money healing. We need to forgive ourselves for past financial decisions, forgive others who may have contributed to our money wounds, and even forgive money itself for the pain we associate with it. This doesn't mean condoning harmful actions or denying their impact. Rather, it's about releasing the emotional charge that keeps us bound to old patterns. Creating new neural pathways around wealth involves consistent practice of new thoughts and behaviors. Each time we choose an empowering belief over a limiting one, we strengthen these new connections. When we catch ourselves in old patterns of financial self-sabotage, we can pause, acknowledge the wounded part of ourselves seeking protection, and consciously choose a different response. Money wounds also heal through positive experiences with wealth. Starting small, we can practice receiving compliments, accepting gifts graciously, or allowing others to treat us. These micro moments of receiving help rewire our nervous system to feel safe with abundance. As we build this capacity, larger financial opportunities become easier to welcome and maintain. Healing money wounds isn't about reaching a perfect end state. It's an ongoing journey of growth and awareness. Each step toward greater financial well-being creates ripples that affect not only our own lives, but also help break destructive money patterns that might otherwise pass to future generations. By doing this healing work, we create new possibilities for abundance that extend far beyond our individual experience. Lesson 5. Rewrite the money story. Every one of us carries a money story, a narrative we've crafted from our experiences, observations, and inherent beliefs about wealth. This story plays continuously in our subconscious mind, directing our financial decisions and shaping our relationship with abundance. For many, these stories contain themes of struggle, unworthiness, or the notion that money is somehow negative or corrupt. Think back to the messages you received about money in your formative years. Perhaps you heard phrases like, "Money doesn't grow on trees," "Rich people are greedy," or "We can't afford that." These seemingly innocent statements became the foundation of your money story, creating deep-seated beliefs about what's possible for you financially. Your current financial reality is likely a direct reflection of this internalized narrative. The power lies in recognizing that you are the author of your money story, and you hold the pen to rewrite it at any moment. This isn't about denying your past experiences or pretending that financial challenges don't exist. Instead, it's about consciously choosing which elements of your story serve your highest good and deliberately crafting new beliefs that align with your desires for abundance. Begin by examining your current money story with compassion and curiosity. What themes emerge when you think about wealth? Do you see yourself as someone who manages money well, or does your story include elements of chaos and uncertainty? Notice the emotions that arise when you contemplate your financial future. These emotional responses are important clues about the underlying beliefs driving your money story. Creating a new money story requires more than just positive thinking. It demands a complete reimagining of your relationship with wealth. Start by writing down your ideal money story, one where you are the confident protagonist who naturally attracts and manages abundance. Include specific details about how you interact with money, the ease with which it flows into your life, and the joy you feel in using it to create value for yourself and others. Your new money story might include statements like, "Money flows to me easily and frequently. I am a masterful steward of wealth," or "My financial abundance allows me to make a greater positive impact in the world." These aren't just affirmations. They're the building blocks of your new financial reality. As you craft these statements, allow yourself to feel the truth of them in your body, even if your current circumstances don't yet reflect them. Implementation is where many people struggle with their new money story. It's not enough to write it once and file it away. You must live from this new narrative daily, making decisions and taking actions that align with your revised beliefs about wealth. When faced with financial choices, ask yourself, what would the protagonist of my new money story do? This simple question can help you break free from old patterns and establish new, empowering behaviors. Watch for resistance as you begin living your new money story. Your old beliefs will try to reassert themselves, often through subtle self-sabotage or doubt. This resistance is normal and even helpful. It shows you where your old story still holds power and needs additional attention. Each time you choose your new story over the old one, you strengthen the neural pathways that support your emerging wealth consciousness. Your money story isn't just about you. It affects everyone in your orbit. As you shift into a more abundant narrative, you give others permission to do the same. Your new story becomes a beacon, showing others what's possible when we choose to release limiting beliefs about wealth. This ripple effect is perhaps the most powerful aspect of rewriting your money story, as it contributes to a collective shift toward greater abundance consciousness. The story you tell about money today will create your financial reality tomorrow. Choose your words carefully, select your beliefs consciously, and craft a narrative that supports the wealthy, impactful life you desire to live. Your new money story is waiting to be written, and the pen is. Lesson 6. The energy of receiving. Most of us have been conditioned to believe that giving is more virtuous than receiving. We're taught from an early age that it's better to give than to receive, that asking for help shows weakness, and that wanting more is somehow greedy. This cultural programming creates energetic blockages that prevent us from fully receiving the abundance that's naturally flowing toward us. The universe operates on a continuous cycle of giving and receiving. Look at nature. Trees receive sunlight and water, then give oxygen and fruit. The ocean receives rivers and streams, then gives rain back to the land. When we block our ability to receive, we actually interrupt this natural flow and limit our capacity to give as well. It's like trying to exhale indefinitely without taking a new breath. Eventually, we have nothing left to offer. Many of us unconsciously resist receiving due to deep-seated beliefs about our worthiness. We might deflect compliments, minimize our achievements, or feel uncomfortable when others want to help or give to us. These seemingly small acts of resistance create an energetic field that repels abundance in all forms: money, love, support, and opportunities. The universe responds to this resistance by reducing the flow of blessings headed our way. The practice of receiving requires us to remain open and vulnerable. It asks us to trust that we deserve good things, and that accepting help or abundance doesn't diminish our strength or independence. When someone offers a gift, compliment, or opportunity, practice taking a deep breath and simply saying thank you, instead of deflecting or immediately thinking about how to reciprocate. This simple act begins to shift the energy of receiving in your field. Money, being a form of energy, responds directly to our receiving capacity. If you've noticed patterns of financial feasts and famine, unexpected expenses that drain newfound abundance, or difficulty maintaining wealth over time, examine your relationship with receiving. Are you comfortable when money flows easily? Do you feel guilty when good things come without struggle? These emotions signal blocks in your receiving channel. Expanding your receiving capacity is a gradual process that begins with awareness and continues with daily practice. Start noticing the small ways abundance tries to reach you: the parking spot that opens up, the unexpected discount, the person who holds the door. Accept these gifts graciously, allowing yourself to feel worthy of life's blessings. As you practice with small things, your ability to receive larger forms of abundance naturally expands. Creating specific receiving rituals can help reprogram your energy field. Each morning, stand with your arms open wide and declare yourself ready to receive all the good the universe has for you. When paying bills or checking your bank balance, imagine yourself as a clear channel through which money can flow freely. Practice receiving compliments by looking the giver in the eye and saying thank you without qualification or deflection. The energy of receiving also requires us to release control over how abundance reaches us. Often, we block blessings because they don't arrive in the package we expected. Perhaps you're resistant to receiving money from family members, or you dismiss business opportunities that seem too easy. True receiving means staying open to all channels through which abundance might flow, trusting that the universe knows the perfect path for your good to reach you. Receiving fully doesn't make you selfish or greedy. It makes you a better conduit for abundance to flow through you to others. When you allow yourself to receive freely, you naturally have more to give. Your cup overflows, benefiting everyone around you. By healing your relationship with receiving, you become part of the solution to global lack, creating a ripple effect of abundance that extends far beyond your personal sphere. Lesson 7. Speak to money like a friend. Have you ever noticed how differently we speak about money compared to other important relationships in our lives? We often approach money with fear, anger, or desperation, emotions we'd rarely direct toward a cherished friend. Yet money is one of our most intimate daily companions, touching nearly every aspect of our experience. It's time to transform this relationship through conscious communication. When we speak to money as an adversary, we create exactly that dynamic. Phrases like, "I can't afford it," "money always slips through my fingers," or "I'm bad with money," become self-fulfilling prophecies that distance us from wealth's natural flow. These unconscious patterns of speech carry energetic frequencies that actually repel the very abundance we seek to attract. Consider instead how you speak to a dear friend. You likely use words of appreciation, express excitement about spending time together, and maintain open, honest dialogue even during challenging moments. This same approach can revolutionize your relationship with money. Begin by simply saying hello to your money each morning, acknowledging its presence in your life with gratitude. Thank it for its continued support, just as you would thank a friend who has been there for you. Creating sacred money rituals further deepens this friendly dialogue. When paying bills, shift from resentment to appreciation for the services and experiences these payments have brought into your life. As you make deposits, welcome new money into your financial family with joy and celebration. When spending, release your money with love and blessing, knowing it will flow back to you through different channels. The language we use around money matters profoundly. Replace phrases like, "I have to pay," with "I get to pay," or "this costs too much," with "this is currently beyond my comfortable spending range." Notice how these subtle shifts change your emotional state and consequently your relationship with wealth. Speaking to money with respect and positive expectation opens channels for greater financial flow. Gratitude becomes a powerful catalyst in this friendly dialogue with money. Each evening, acknowledge specific ways money has supported you that day, from the smallest purchase to the largest investment. Share your appreciation for both the giving and receiving aspects of your financial relationship. This practice helps release any residual guilt or shame around money while strengthening your connection to abundance. Like any friendship, your relationship with money thrives on regular attention and care. Set aside time each week for a money date, where you review your finances from a place of loving awareness rather than judgment or fear. Use this time to express your hopes and dreams to money, just as you would share aspirations with a trusted friend. Be honest about your concerns while maintaining faith in the relationship's potential for growth. Money, like a good friend, wants to support your highest good. It responds to your energy and intention, flowing more freely when approached with trust and positive expectation. As you shift your language patterns around money from scarcity to abundance, from fear to love, and from judgment to acceptance, you'll notice profound changes in how wealth shows up in your life. The key to mastering this friendly dialogue with money lies in consistency and authenticity. Just as you wouldn't expect a friendship to deepen without regular interaction and honest communication, your relationship with money requires ongoing attention and conscious language choices. Start today by simply saying thank you to every dollar that crosses your path, and watch how this simple shift in communication begins to transform your entire financial experience. Lesson 8. Self-worth equals net worth. By Ebenezer Bayet. The connection between self-worth and net worth isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a fundamental truth that plays out in our financial lives every day. When we deeply value ourselves, the outer world responds by reflecting that value back to us in tangible ways, including monetary compensation and opportunities for wealth creation. Think of your sense of self-worth as the foundation upon which your financial house is built. If that foundation is weak or unstable, no amount of external success will feel secure. You might achieve temporary gains, but without solid self-worth supporting them, they'll often slip away or feel hollow. This explains why lottery winners frequently lose their fortunes, or why some highly talented professionals consistently undercharge for their services. Your net worth grows in direct proportion to your willingness to recognize and own your value. This shows up most clearly in how you price your services, negotiate your salary, or decide which opportunities to pursue. Someone with healthy self-worth naturally commands higher fees, attracts better opportunities, and feels comfortable receiving substantial compensation. They understand that their unique combination of skills, experience, and perspective has genuine market value. The cycle of unworthiness and financial struggle often begins early in life. Perhaps you witnessed a parent accepting less than they deserved, or you received messages that wanting more was selfish or unrealistic. These early imprints can create a ceiling on your earning potential that has nothing to do with your actual capabilities. Breaking this cycle requires conscious effort to separate old conditioning from present reality. Investing in yourself becomes a natural priority when you truly value who you are. This might mean pursuing advanced education, hiring a coach, attending conferences, or taking time for self-care. While these investments may temporarily decrease your net worth, they often lead to exponential returns, both financially and personally. Every dollar spent on genuine self-development is an affirmation of your worth and a signal to the universe that you're serious about growth. Consider the entrepreneur who finally raises her rates after years of undercharging. Her initial fear might be losing clients, but what typically happens is quite different. Not only do most clients stay, but they often begin treating her services with greater respect. Her higher rates attract more serious clients who value quality over bargains. This external shift began with an internal decision to honor her true worth. The pathway to increasing both self-worth and net worth involves regular acts of self-contribute. This means celebrating your wins, acknowledging your progress, and refusing to minimize your achievements. It means setting boundaries around your time and energy and requiring others to respect those boundaries. It means choosing to work with people who recognize your value and walking away from situations that diminish it. Your relationship with money will transform as your self-worth strengthens. You'll find yourself naturally attracted to wealth-building opportunities that previously seemed out of reach. You'll handle financial decisions with greater confidence and clarity. Most importantly, you'll stop unconsciously sabotaging your success because you'll finally feel worthy of abundance. The most powerful way to build lasting wealth is to build unshakable self-worth. This isn't about arrogance or ego. It's about honest recognition of your inherent value as a human being, combined with appreciation for your unique contributions to the world. When you truly know your worth, you create a magnetic field that attracts resources, opportunities, and abundance. Your net worth becomes a natural expression of your inner value, growing steadily as you continue to invest in your most important asset, yourself. Lesson 9. Release the guilt of wanting more. The desire for abundance is natural, yet many of us carry a heavy burden of guilt around wanting more money. This guilt stems from deeply ingrained societal messages that equate wanting wealth with greed, selfishness, or moral corruption. We've been conditioned to believe that spiritual or good people shouldn't focus on material success, creating an internal conflict between our natural desire to thrive and our need to feel like worthy human beings. This guilt serves no one. When we feel guilty about wanting more, we unconsciously block the very abundance that could allow us to make a greater positive impact in the world. Consider how many philanthropists have used their wealth to create meaningful change, how many business owners have provided valuable jobs and services, and how many people have lifted their entire families out of poverty through their financial success. Money, when aligned with conscious intentions, becomes a powerful force for good. The truth is that your desire for more is not just about accumulating wealth. It's about expanding your capacity to experience life fully. When you have more resources at your disposal, you have more choices, more opportunities to help others, and more ability to invest in causes you care about. The universe itself operates on principles of expansion. Trees don't feel guilty about growing taller, rivers don't apologize for flowing abundantly, and you shouldn't feel guilty about wanting to expand your financial horizons. Releasing money guilt requires examining its origins in your personal history. Perhaps you witnessed family members struggling with poverty and internalized the belief that wanting more was a betrayal of your roots. Maybe religious teachings about money being the root of all evil left deep impressions on your psyche. Or, possibly, you've seen wealth used irresponsibly and fear becoming one of those people. Understanding these sources of guilt is the first step in releasing them. The path to freedom from financial guilt involves embracing the truth that money is neutral. It's the consciousness behind it that determines its impact. When you approach wealth with integrity, gratitude, and a desire to create positive change, you transform guilt into purpose. Your financial success becomes not just about personal gain, but about expanding your ability to contribute meaningfully to the world. Practice reframing your desire for more as an expression of your highest potential. Instead of feeling guilty about wanting a beautiful home, recognize that creating a nurturing space allows you to show up more fully for others. Rather than apologizing for charging premium prices for your services, acknowledge that your success enables you to serve at a higher level and inspire others to value themselves more highly. As you release the guilt around wanting more, notice how your energy shifts. The heavy weight of shame lifts, replaced by a lighter, more expansive feeling of possibility. This energetic shift itself begins attracting more abundance into your life, creating a positive cycle of growth and contribution. Your relationship with money becomes cleaner, clearer, and more aligned with your authentic desire. Let yourself want what you want without apology. Your desires are not random, they are signals pointing toward your path of greatest contribution and joy. When you free yourself from the burden of money guilt, you create space for true prosperity to enter. This prosperity isn't just financial, it's a full-spectrum abundance that encompasses your relationships, creativity, impact, and personal growth. The world needs more conscious, caring people to be wealthy. Your financial success, when approached with awareness and integrity, becomes a form of service. By releasing guilt and embracing your natural desire for abundance, you step into your full power as a force for positive change in the world. Lesson 10. Let money love you back. The journey of transforming your relationship with money culminates in a profound truth. Money wants to love you back. Just as in any relationship, when you extend trust, respect, and positive energy toward money, it naturally responds in kind. Yet for many of us, we've spent years pushing money away through our fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs. We've treated it as an adversary rather than an ally, missing the fundamental reality that money is simply waiting to mirror back the love we give it. This reciprocal relationship with money operates under universal laws of energy exchange. When you approach money with anxiety, suspicion, or desperation, those very feelings create resistance in the flow. But when you relate to money with joy, appreciation, and expansive energy, you open the channels for it to flow back to you multiplied. Think of money as a loyal friend who has been waiting patiently for you to trust in its good intentions. The practice of letting money love you back requires a surrender of control. Many of us try to force, manipulate, or strategize our way to wealth, but true abundance comes through allowing. This means releasing the grip of past programming that says you have to struggle or suffer to receive. It means trusting that as you align with the energy of wealth, money naturally gravitates toward you through unexpected channels and synchronicities. Opening yourself to being loved by money also means accepting that you deserve its gifts. So many carry a deep-seated belief that they are somehow unworthy of prosperity, or that having money will corrupt them. But money is neutral. It simply amplifies who you already are. When you heal the unworthiness wound and know in your bones that you deserve all good things, money responds to that certainty. It seeks out those who are ready to receive it with open arms. This loving relationship with money requires regular nurturing, just like any important connection in your life. Take time each day to appreciate the money that's already in your life, no matter how much or little. Thank it for its presence and the ways it serves you. Share your dreams and vision with money as you would with a trusted confidant. Let it know you're excited to grow together in partnership. The ultimate shift comes in releasing any remaining resistance to being loved by money. Notice if you still harbor subtle beliefs that wealth is dangerous, that rich people are unlikable, or that having money will change you for the worse. These fears block money's attempts to shower you with abundance. Choose instead to trust that money's love will only enhance your ability to serve, share, and create positive impact in the world. As you fully embrace this loving relationship with money, you'll find yourself carried by a current of prosperity consciousness. Rather than chasing or struggling, you'll attract money naturally through inspired action and aligned opportunities. You'll feel supported rather than stressed about finances. Most importantly, you'll experience the deep peace that comes from knowing you are in harmony with the abundant flow of life. This is your invitation to let money love you completely, to trust that you are meant to experience prosperity in all its forms, to know that money is not your enemy but your devoted friend, ready to support your highest good. As you open your heart to being loved by money, you complete the circle of transformation. You move from scarcity to abundance, from fear to trust, from resistance to receptivity. Money has been waiting for this moment, for you to finally let it love you back.